Please record. Yeah, good.
It's
We're all
done.
good.
Okay, I have to place here. Okay, welcome, Carey.
Thank you, thank you.
Sorry, I was trying to figure out the PowerPoint.
It's okay. We just pull and draw along the way. Doesn't matter. Leave the technical aside. Let's go on. Yes. Go on.
Tonight, we are honored to invite Careyden, the president of One Smart Star, to share about body, mind, and soul, leveraging technology.
Before you go on, just put those introduction about companies and all those aside.
Okay, I'll just leave everything to you.
Come back to the show of the original, and then it will be fun. Yeah.
That's literally not me.
Yeah, this is a chat, and I think it's very timely because in the COVID-19 pandemic, many people are very stressed out. Many people are at the stage where somehow need to change what they are doing. If you have been a very well-paid job like pilot, maybe today driving a bus may be a good way out, right? So everyone is in the midst of that little finding out what is a crystal ball, and there isn't a crystal ball, right? So I think this is where we are today. So let's have a very easy, comfortable chat and be yourself and enjoy. Come on, let's go on.
Yeah, I have to be myself.
Yes. Come on. I'm back to the office. Yeah, come back to the office. Yes.
Right. So you saw the backdrop that I have created, especially for
thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you. So my partner overseas, I already sent the link, and they will log in. They will see, and they will love that. Okay.
Yeah. Yes. You actually have contributed yourself, by exercise the 20 kilometers of cycling and 20 push-up daily for 20 days, and you have probably another 4 days to go. So
3 days.
3 days? 3 days to go?
Friday, Saturday,
Sunday, and that's 3 days today. Yeah. So tell us more. What makes you actually have that determination, to actually participate these challenges?
Yeah, so thank you very much for having me on the show. But first of all, I must thank yourself, Grace and Jessie, that you have a talk chat shows that for people to want to talk about some stuff in hope that it inspire others. So I think that the objective is good. So that's the reason why I volunteer and be invited on the show.
Yeah.
So I think many of us involved in this very special work 2020 in line with the anniversary of the organization, and this is the first time they do virtual fundraising. And the mayors headed by Denise Pua and a few other guys, and all of us are all volunteers, and we just feel that maybe that's one way we can contribute to support in fundraising in a difficult time. Fortunately, over the last 3 weeks there are many individuals like yourself and many other people who are now out there who got the prompt from me and link, and I want to thank you. And I will not mention names because there's so many people out there, right? But both ladies on the show, I must thank Jessie, I must thank Grace, right, for having that. And all of us are putting our effort to do our best, and every one of us is doing something that we think we can do and go the extra mile. So among the participants, there are individuals who will do cooking, do 20 cupcake, do 20 minutes of some form of exercise, sing 20 different songs in different languages, or swim 20 laps, or walk 20,000 steps every day.
Yep.
For me, it's just a little push on to do a 20 km cycling every day and 20 push-up.
Yeah, it's pretty tedious actually. 20 kilometers. It is. You can see literally he has slimmed down from the initial day one until now. So how much have you actually lost?
For a sportsman or athlete, maybe when you mention 20 km, you say it's okay. For someone who can cycle 20 km, it's okay. But I think because we pledge and we commit, right? it becomes stressful. We have to manage our own injury if there is, and it becomes an obligation. So I recall on the second day it was raining, and I have to carry on to cycle. That is not my usual self to go out to cycle in the midst of the rain. And when you begin to go through all this, you realize that it is a promise and a commitment and become an obligation. And then become an effort, an intent to drive further and further. I'm sure the rest of the participants are all like me, because we mentioned and we want to do it, and individual like yourself who are one part or another, and in this show you're doing a part as well. You're contributing some form of money into the organization for a very good cause. So I am obliged, I am committed to do what's necessary. So in the course of the last 17 days, I must say that I learned much more than before during the COVID-19. In COVID-19, we have plenty of me time. But this 17 days of that special focus, cycling and listening to radio that I will never listen at 7:30 a.m., 8 o'clock a.m. I will miss all those shows. I begin to hear what the DJs say. I'm listening to the nature. So that gave me a little bit about enrichment. And I think that adds on a lot in our own life, the value. So that's also the reason for the many audience out there. So I suggested that if I just come on and talk about how hardworking you are, what you can do, or you can donate money, is something that's like people say, I already know, right? I can read the paper, it's there. So I decided maybe through the experience that I gather now, last 10 years, last 20 years, let's put that little interesting topic, body, mind, and soul, leveraging on what we are capable today, leveraging on technology tool, that what we can do for ourselves, and we move forward. Then I add in a very generic called S-curve, right? So S-curve is not about body shape, Jesse. Right? So it's not about body shape. So it's about a curve.
You're the right man that talk about this.
Yeah. So the curve that goes up, and then what can you do in order to bring it up to the next height? So I think in COVID-19, for me, I learned that in every part of time is to be able to allow ourselves move to the next level. And in order for us to move to the next level, we must help others to move to the next level. But if we move ourselves to the next level, our audience are very small. We are only having that few audience that are moving with us. So it will not be long term. So the longer term is to be able to contribute and move with the industry. And if you could contribute to the industry, then I think the S-curve is abundance. So this COVID-19 has given me back to basic. I begin to accept what I am. I can begin to believe that there's something I can do. And I do a commitment and generates courage and confidence that I never think I can. And I'm doing 20 km every day. And this is the 17th day. So I'm enjoying it. Okay. Yes.
That's great.
Yeah, it looks effortless.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. Yes.
Yeah.
But you can literally see that every effort from his Facebook. I did share out because
Sure.
I guess this is actually part of a Singaporean should actually share out to every individual to be aware about this event. Because personally, this is the first event that they actually started in 2020. And it's very encouraging. It's just that probably I noticed it late. If not, Jesse, I will probably call you along. Let's do something.
Yeah. That is the cheapest way to keep shapey. Okay, that's the cheapest way. All right, that's the good news. Okay. I'm not into it, but this is a shapey way.
I actually literally saw a few. They lift weights. Yeah, yes. They actually keep training for that 20 days of lift weights. Yeah, and they are swimmers. They are even people who just run jogging and etc. It's like everyone just a small portion, to do that contribution. Yeah.
And we have got national team, national bowler came in and they formed the team and they have to do 20 strikes every day. And it's not easy. So they take turns to rotate and to accumulate that score is not easy. So we have all walks of all participants, disregard of age, all right? And then there are individuals who say that I just want to do something.
Yeah.
So the good news is that we are completing our commitment, which is Sunday. But the donation and ongoing is till end of August. All right.
Yeah.
So keep it
Everyone,
going.
yeah, anyone can.
I think we are good. Yeah. So
Yeah.
as a local here, individual Singaporean, I think we should support to the best we can in any form. Okay. So this is great. Thank you on that topic. Thank you.
William actually has a question, but William, I guess that probably we will answer this question later. Carey, he actually have this question. Where do you see yourself in the next 3 years and 5 years? So I guess
I will answer this later.
Yeah.
In one part of it is that, okay, just to give you the little gist of it as we move on. If you have got children, the children is always looking upon the parents as you has got a crystal ball for me, because the parents knows everything. The father or the mother will say, hey, this is what you have. But as we go mature, as we go along to a certain age, hey, nobody is able to tell us that. Then the question is, why don't I ask somebody that is 30, 40 years my senior, right? Then you realize that when you ask individuals who are very much senior, unless of certain different circumstances, they're able to give you pointer. But yet there is no crystal ball, right? About what is in that I think I want to see. So you're very right, William. The end of the day, right, is that you must be able to have a certain milestone that I have carved out my milestone. If you go to my LinkedIn, I have carved out my milestone, and then that milestone is being ticked all the time. So I'm very open. I'm 55. I have a lot of checklists. It's all been ticked, all right? And I have a new set of checklists, which I just mentioned just now. I think it's important for us to understand our body. We must understand our mind, and we must also understand where we're heading in. Those professionals in the market who are professional trainer, or a teacher, or sales entrepreneur, there will be days, there will be moments that you will be down. So in the sales term, they call it burnout. All right. In a normal situation, it says that it's okay to feel down, but you must know how to 自己爬站起来, right? So this is the same. So I think the objective, say what we want to say, the objective of ourselves in the body, mind, and soul is to be able to keep young, number one. To keep young means your mind must be very young, useful, and you must stay relevant to be young. So the big word is maintain and keep young, and you will learn a lot of stuff so that people will talk to you as relevant. The second keyword is stay healthy. Healthy in your own lifestyle, all right? That you feel this is good for you. And thirdly is being blessed. Being blessed means is to stay happy. If you can maintain happiness in your soul every day, no matter how the day began, which the last 70 days, every day I worry that it will rain. Right? I worry. So at the end of the day, is no need to worry because it's natural and it's nature. If you have a checklist, you just have to do it. That's it.
I think William have another quick question. And when the challenges faced now are over, what will motivate you to do new things?
Okay, so before I answer this question, let me bring back a little bit about what made me choose the sport and the commitment of the 20 km. So about 15 years ago, I have the privilege to be in the back end. That means I have worked with Singapore very good athletes. They are Ironman ultra marathoners. They run for charity, and with their personal effort. So just to mention some, if it does ring a bell for you, we have got champion runners that all the way travel to USA, Death Valley, two local Singaporean, two guys, and they went to challenge themselves, and they have to complete 217 km up and down the mountain within 60 hours. So I mentioned just now I was the guy behind because I'm the organizing chairman of organizing committee. I raised private fund and fund the entire team, flew the entire team, including the media corps, right, support runner, and we spend those money to help them to achieve the goal. And then we plant a mark there that we have got two Singaporeans able to achieve what the Americans can do, which is generally very common among the Americans. So we have got two Singaporeans is able to achieve that over 50 hours, less than 60 hours, and is part of what called put a mark there. So we achieved that. So having to achieve that goal, all right, and then because the two champions came back, and then we have got the Mountbatten CCC, they took the event and then they start to raise money for their own community. So we started with an event for the intent that we want to support the Singaporeans can do those things with no intent of any commercial, just to fund it and get it across. And when they did it well, they came back, and then this program was adopted by others to fundraise. It's purely on a voluntary basis. So through that, I learned as a back end, I learned to support because I need to understand when a person do second marathon, which is already 84 km, you have to make sure that they are fit and able to run. So there's a certain mandate I have to implement a procedure. Every 20 km must take the weight, the body, the height. Even though the soul can fly, the physical may not be. So we have to ensure they are well balanced. So those were the days where I took responsibility to ensure that they can achieve. Even though they are Ironman, even though they are ultra marathoners, as a back end, we have to ensure. So that led me with other events on NTU that you saw on the earlier slide, where NTU appointed me as a project director, where NTU has got this anniversary. So they decided to hold a 168 km and 218 km for all the alumni of NTU to run around Singapore, okay, and complete the journey. So what they did at that point in time was that they decided to rah-rah all the community center, and then there was something like a 76 checkpoint, and that is led from one MP to another MP. They were running in chain, all right, so that the main group is running, pass the baton to another for a very good spirit, but there were 10 volunteers say that they will complete the 218 km. Guess what? 10 volunteers, they ended the 3 completed. The rest 4 because that's life. I may want to do it. My spirit is there, but my body is not strong, you know, so they can't. So in those days, what I did was I brought in technology to track them so that from point to point, the community center is able to log in and say, hey, they're coming. Then they will be there at that point in time, day or night, so they don't have to wait throughout. So those were the days where I implement technology to facilitate a community intent. And then goes with another very interesting track record that we did was we put dragon boat into the sea, round Singapore. Dragon boat is never into the sea. It's always on the calm water. So we decided that, okay, I'm going to help them to track them, make sure they're safety. And then they all go there and row the dragon boat. So the idea is that when they do that, people will donate for the president charity. So we did it very interestingly that over a certain timing, ensuring that all the participants were students and all those very enjoyers, dragon boat participants, that they are safe at the end of the day. And any moment their parents can see, you know, from the phone, from the login, where they are. So through all this chapter, That's the reason why I decided this time I become the participant. So I want to participate, not to worry about the organization. So that was how it works. And I will answer you after this Sunday. What will be the next thing I will do? I'll tell you later. Okay. I will answer William. William is enthusiastic.
Yeah, and in fact, he actually has a last question for you.
Go ahead.
What's your drive to do it and why?
I guess when I watched your show, Jessie and Grace, I saw that your invited guests, they were all very helpful and they wanted to talk about what they share so that your audience can learn, right? So because for me, over the last 10 over years, I've been traveling a lot. So I've been traveling in the whole of the Asia, and I have cross-culture between the local and us. And I begin to understand for a basic objective, everybody respond very differently, okay? And I begin to understand each of us behave differently from each country. So that goes back when I first started as a young man. Came out from the army, botak head, and then
You
I
still
joined my
young, you are
first
still young.
career. Yeah, I was botak head, and then you're probably just playing marbles on the street or playing some interesting game.
Not much of difference of our age. Come on.
No, just trying to, ladies to be younger.
If you say you're 45, I would believe you.
Yeah. So those days, so my first career, I was in the financial sector, very involved in just talk about money, and we are very straightforward. Is we talk about what's in for all, and how can you benefit out of this transaction, and that's how it works, right? So everything is about how it helps you, how it will benefit me. And so I can understand for sales achiever, people in the insurance trade, people in the trading, or people in property, as you realize that in 30 years ago, there were less regulation. Regulation begins to catch up with many, so that everyone speak according to compliance, speak according to the level of how people grow, and to give them the assurance, right? So that was how I seen it, and in my very early days, I spent a lot of money, flew outside Singapore, learned from so-called the guru. And that point in time, if it does ring a bell, like awakening the little giant within you. I will not say the name of the speaker, right, because they don't pay us money to mention their name. So I give you those tag words, right? Awakening the little giant within you, love your body, psychology of winning. There was also another one was took his name card. When go to crowded place in those days, imagine you take his name card, you throw it like everywhere. You say, hey, why you throw name card? Oh, this is where I catch attention. So imagine the generation of getting attention have changed. Right? So it's amazing that what you have done in the past so well may not be relevant tomorrow. So that was my very sweet 23 years of my financial industry involvement. Then I move on to corporate, and I do things that is far away from my first trade commercial on the financial side. I move into maps, navigation maps. If it does ring a bell, in about 15 years ago, when I spoke in Apps World in Singapore and also in Bangkok when hosted by True Move One Operator, in Phuket, I spoke on Android operating platform. In those days, smartphone, if you ever remember, you can count the number of apps available in each store. In those days, Android may have 50,000, BlackBerry may have 43,000 apps available, iOS maybe 100,000. Those were the time where we need a lot of developers to develop the apps. So I was invited to talk about what is the future for apps. So I went and I spoke in English and I spoke to the Thai. So the good part is when you crack a joke, you find there's the delay action in laughter because the translation go later. When I say ha 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 loud, then after that, they look at you. Then after a while, ha 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 ha. So we have gone through chapters that has got marvelous change. And I always say, in those days, 15 years ago, for app developer, you are unknown people, you are engineer, but the world give you a window. Put your head onto the window and the world will see you if your app is famous. Those were the time, and 15 years later, now what happened? So I saw the slide that Grace will put out once March starts. So I'm now reversing. All the apps that you have developed in the world, nobody is going to download you. It is too expensive to market your apps. So what we're saying is, come to us. We have a platform, do it yourself. You are inside us. And we already deployed our master application in 80 over countries. So in the Asia 9. So what I'm saying is that in the past, I say, hey, let's develop. But today, I say, no. Come back to us. Don't study apps. If you study apps, you lose money. Because technology already have a platform. You can create your own app just like that. You can create an application in 30 minutes. No IT knowledge. Just learn how to use computer and So that goes in the channel of era from time to time, right? So just to give a little bit of what to answer William. So what I'm going to do after my Sunday. So I'm going to go back to my daily routine. I will go to the driving range for 1 hour. I only spend 75 balls, that's all. I will go and swing 75 balls for 1 hour and go back to my gym routine 1 hour and bring back my handicap to single. That's it. So I'm happy for that intent during this period of time, COVID-19, because I cannot travel. So I'm not going to visit Sentosa. I'm not going to, that's not me. So I'm going to go to a place that nobody disturb me and I just practice my golf and come back to the milestone of a single handicapper and then maintain my gym. Since that I already done some good to my body because of the last 70 days. So I just need to maintain a little bit, then I'm okay. So that gives the answer to William. He asked what's next after that. Now, what's the drive? What's the motto? What is in for me to say what we will do? I think in every part of life, particularly COVID-19, we realize something interesting. Our good friend today is our smartphone, our good friend. Let me tell you, if maybe Jesse, I'm not sure about you, probably when Jesse, nothing to do, less than maybe 1 minute you will hold the phone again and talk to the phone, click the phone. Or Grace, for example, maybe turn left or right, also phone. So the era is like that. The era is like that. So you begin to realize that in COVID-19, it gives us a lot of time to say, what's in for me? CEO, C-level, C-suite level, disregard of who you are, politician, whatsoever. They also take the phone and start clicking and then post. So we understand the world has come to a point is what is in for me, do a reflection on ourselves. And of course, in this pandemic situation, there are individuals who are leading force. They are trained professional. They will tell you what you should do, right? They will tell you what you should do. For me is I travel so much outside. I now come in and relook and then talk about things I want to recollect and then blossom out as to a mushroom out Asia. So the way I look at it is your phone is your best friend. So it's best time now to reorganize your phone. That's a basic thing you have to do. Reorganize your phone, clean your phone, make your phone beautiful. Start recapping, start refresh. Like what we're doing today now is to build an S-curve for us, for you, and everyone move with the phone. Because if you're not involved in the phone, you are out of the distance. Nobody is able to reach you. Nobody is going to be able to communicate with you, right? So this is where we are today.
Yeah. And William have a simple message for everyone. Keep on becoming extraordinary and keep changing and inspiring Singapore ASEAN. and the world stay humble, healthy, and happy. Well said. William is a good friend of mine. Yeah.
Your supporter, your supporter.
Yeah.
So just to give a bit more gist of it, right? So having to say a broad word, marketing and sales is a broad word, right? So I think it's important for us to ask ourselves this question, because he asked me, what's in for you 3-5 years from now? So I'm going to answer you this in a very, from the perspective of someone who sees certain things. I just want to share this part. So always remember that if you have got certain value in yourself, say example, a graduate, when you come out to work, he has got certain value. You see that the curve not start from zero, it start from the midway and then turn up, because you command certain value. And many of them who are they are practitioner, they start zero, base up zero. So depending on where we are, where you are, disregard age, okay? So I'm happy to be 55. I have got a certain value that I cut out for myself. So you could be at 30, you have got a certain value that you have cut out for yourself. So take that point from now till next, right? So do a milestone of the thing that you want to do, put in place, but take precaution on this. In the downtime, don't take risks. Everything you do, 10 times you go, 9 times you lose. Okay? In the downtime, you have to be very strategic.
Yeah.
I mentioned the game, the tic-tac-toe, right? This tic-tac-toe, right? Choose the center. You will never lose unless you make mistake. You have to play strategic positioning to protect yourself. And you take step by step. Then you are in good hands. And that's important for us, as far as we are. So as a Singaporean, looking at Singapore, non-politician, right? So I view that what we have today, ourselves and Singapore, we cannot afford to gamble, to lose. We have to take positioning. COVID-19 vaccine is not here. Say how good the up and down numbers, no relevant to you and me. Because why? Tomorrow you could have COVID-19. I could have COVID-19. I don't know, because there's no vaccine. But the good news is, because we listen, put on mask. Everything, you follow the rule and you still get it. Don't blame anybody. Blame ourselves. Because you meet people. You still go out and breathe your fresh air. It's because you, not the government. So we take charge of the way we live, the way we walk. I think we're in good hands.
Precisely. It's our responsibility. You have to take responsibility of ourselves. We cannot blame any others, because this is what we should do for ourselves. Yeah, that's great.
So you see, the time passed so fast. It's already 10 o'clock. Half an hour has passed. So I spoke to Grace and Jessie. I mentioned that your show is 40 minutes or 45 minutes. I will try what I can do, compress what I gather, and put in place in simple logic. From the way I see it makes sense for me, from the way I think it may be relevant for you. So I want to share about one part of the technology, how it helps you. I'm not talking about something that you don't know. I'm talking about things that you already know, but nobody take notice. Okay? So let me talk about 3 technology. The first technology, as I mentioned, I just want to emphasize, which is the Star phone. Right? Star is spelled as STAR space PHONE. If you click Star phone download, or you go to a website, you can build an app in 30 minutes. We are giving it free because COVID-19, we want people to use it. And if they love it, they can renew license every year. Very low rates, right? So very cheap. So go and have fun with it. Something that you should not ignore, because it already exists. And if we have in 80 other countries, we cannot be wrong that someone is saying, hey, this is no good. So this is one part, leave it aside. The second part that I think the technology is coming, which I think is very relevant today. That's the reason why I mentioned about handphones, right? Today, Grace, Jessie, you will probably use WeChat example. If you use WeChat, I have to use WeChat. If you use WhatsApp, I have to use WhatsApp. If you use Line because you are Thai, then I must use Line. There are so many what we call communication channel that is communicating with different parts of the people because of their culture.
Yeah.
So I want to give you this analogy. Today, you have got an Outlook mailbox. In Outlook mailbox, you can open, put in everything, your Gmail, your Yahoo, what else? Your Microsoft, whatever, right? You can put everything inside the Outlook, right? So that when you open, you can see who are sending to Gmail, who are sending to your company, right? Or Microsoft Office 365. So I'm saying today, the coming part of the world is a login portal. I don't need to have a WeChat account, but I can talk to the WeChat account individual and talk onto my platform. It's like an Outlook. I open Outlook, example, I'm able to send to Grace WhatsApp line because she's using it through a platform that I don't need an account. So the world has coming to a point that we are able to compile, put onto a platform, particularly for companies who have got many distribution channels. They're able to talk to the brokers, the channels who use WhatsApp, preferred WhatsApp, WeChat, Instagram. But the company cannot have so many of these social media accounts. So there will be a platform, they can choose and they can go. So I'm saying that this is something coming. And of course, in the audience, if you want to know more, you can prompt Grace, you know. Then I give you some information just to give you a teaser, nothing else, teaser to have a feel. So this is coming, Then there's one more part. You know, there is this thing called contact list in the phone. Some, maybe Jessie has got 1,000 friends, right, in your contact list because she's in business of entrepreneurship. She promote her product, she keep her contact list, right? You'll do that. And then Grace maybe got 2,000 because she's very popularly talking, right? And she has all the names. I'm saying today, there's an app that when you download and agree that this app will popularize all your contact list. So what it does is that when you have 1,000 names in your contact list, it will form every name one name card. And that project done by Jessie, example. So Jessie, I have her telephone number and one email. That's it. That's all I know. Maybe long lost friend. But because of this, I download this app. This app is able to go to the market because Jessie is very, very popular in certain projects that I don't know her about now. But they're able to draw in, fill in the blank, and Jessie name card in the phone become very complete. And this is something that I think the audience should not neglect because if you're in sales, you need to have attention to your customer. All right. So I don't want to go into the part where you say, hey, privacy. Because you are active in the social media and internet world, it is free information, they grab and they update. So I'm saying that we should use technology to the best interest of your focus and live it well so that everything is in here. Every day, all I need to make sure is I clean the phone well, my memories are well done. This is a walking computer, all right? I need not go office, but I need to have a phone to ensure that I'm in touch and stay relevant, stay young, happy, and then do what you want. That's it. That's my talk. That's fast.
Do you need that slide? I think you should probably, no, I'll just show the slide. Yeah, the one that I think that you will give us a thought. This is the one, right? Harry?
Oh, can.
Yeah,
the channel.
slide will actually give us a better understanding, you know, as what you have said. It's like
Can you open the slide on the number 6, right? Is it this? Oh, this is the slide.
this is the slide.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
This slide, right? Oops. Can you open this slide?
Yeah, it's already, you can see?
I can see, but it's not. Oh, is it the enlarged already?
Yes, it's already enlarged.
Okay, so it's not on my screen.
We
So
can't see, Grace.
Huh?
We can't see.
Oh dear.
okay,
Yeah.
Yeah, that
if you can enlarge, it's good. I mean, you can try. So for those who are out there listening, so I'm just saying that today a cross-platform is possible, an aggregator platform is possible, that I can communicate with WeChat, I can communicate with WhatsApp, individual or my friend, without having to own that account. I can have a platform and I can communicate with all. And if I choose WhatsApp to be my preferred receiving, then my WhatsApp can talk to WeChat, my WhatsApp can talk to email, my WhatsApp can talk to Instagram. So this is the world coming in with the idea like a Outlook, right? Portal, that it allows you to have all this. So the world has come to a point that all these are in place. Of course, there are people who will ask, oh, so what's my privacy? How can you do this? How can you do that? Now, if Outlook can have a portal that allows you to put in all channels in place, so social media on this kind of APIs are all very open today. So just to give you a teaser on it, we are on a Zoom, maybe year end or next year, when the API is available, I speak in English and Grace will listen in Mandarin. It's auto-translate and the market will be wider. So be prepared for this. If I have a Malay audience and when I speak in English, it will translate to Bahasa auto by itself. And that's how the world works. And at this junction, feel free to ask questions. I mean, prompt in your questions to the host, and then you can ask me questions. I mean, I'll be more than happy at this point in time. We've catered enough time, and I think we're still good with another 5 more minutes before we end the show. Yes. Jesse, you have a question, Jesse? Go ahead. You cannot be just smiling, you know. Come on. You're not going to ask it.
Oh, to me, it's like, no, I'm quite a gadget idiot. So this really amazed me. You know, I'm the type of person that like reluctant to change into a smartphone. Yeah. So but I am very sure what you have helped us can how should I put it? It's very convenient. It's everything in one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
So it's something that we can't do.
Yeah. Allow me to draw in some statistics. Smartphone means a phone that's got memories and got features, they can add in functions, right? In the world today, the number of smartphones available is about close to 40% of the total phone population. Okay, 40%. Singapore itself, we have about 150% penetration, meaning 5 million people, example, then you have 8 million phones. So sometimes it's as good as saying that one person has 2 phones, right? Some 3, some 1. But we are saying that smartphone is so successful, particularly in this part of the world, and Singapore happens to be the leading one. So if you do not have focus on smartphone industry, if you do not address or make yourself available in the smartphone feature inside, I think you have lots to lose. You know, so you just have to make yourself available in the smartphone. Now, here you are, many of you out there have got Facebook. Now, Facebook is like what we call, I'm free, I talk about noodles, I eat with the Facebook, I key in, then I say, I eat noodles, you know, and you announce, and it's like, you're happy by you telling people. But the world has changed. It is not just that now. The Facebook is just like, say, hey, I'm here, you can hear to me. Before that, last time, no way we can do a broadcast like this. You know, to do a broadcast like this is like big show. The superstar is here. Wow, wait. Today, Grace can just pop up and then say, hey, let's do a broadcast. Then what happens to the MC, right? What happens to the DJ? They have to be more professional. They have to be more equipped, and they have to run shows that we have never seen before. So the world has come to a point that everybody is raising the standard, the bar. All right. So for me, I think it's important for us how to remain and think young. Is that every day we have to think and say, if I know something that's not enough, then I better go and learn something, right? So this is what I meant by do the thing and do it right so that you go to the next height.
Yeah, right.
That's why an S-curve is all about, not a body shape, okay? Yeah.
Anyway, Josephine actually have a question. What are the apps and how soon? I guess she's pretty interested in the application that you have mentioned. Yeah, so I believe it's Star Phone. But is it the 5G function? I don't think so, right?
Okay. So let me just answer
Josephine.
a pockets of information that I understand. I asked the way, or Grace understand in this way. She asked this way. So let me put in perspective. Smart mobile phone apps live inside a smartphone that requires someone to download, and then when it opens up, it allows the person to tap on the different tab, go to a different link, or do a certain transaction. That's how a smartphone app works, okay? So when I mention about smartphone apps, it's referring that every company will say, I want to have my own app so that people download. The problem with the smartphone app is nobody want to download your phone app because there are so many in the world, millions. Why should I download your app? So what I mentioned earlier is if you don't have an app, you can go to my portal. In 30 minutes, you can build one app. That's that fast. It's, sorry, the word idiot proof. Idiot proof. If I know on a computer, I know to drag a file, how to send email, done. That's it. 30 minutes, done. Then it's for us to approve to make sure you put the picture is appropriate, not pornography, not 黄色脸. Earlier you all spoke. So it's nothing like this. So we have to audit and ensure. So the audit will take us another day to approve it. So that's simple on the app basis. What is 5G? 5G has no relevancy on our smartphone with an app, smartphone app. 5G has to do with a bandwidth that now is able to switch on a light, switch on a sensor, click on so that my fridge aircon is working. It is so fast that it just through your mobile application, it can switch off, switch on, okay? And maybe gray spectacle, I can switch on, got light come up, right? It's using the 5G bandwidth sending signal, and it's fast. So it has nothing to do with mobile phone app by itself, but a mobile phone app can open and click, say, oh, I switch on the light. Why? It's through the 5G connectivity with sensor. That's how it works. Simple.
Sounds simple.
Yeah, to me, it's so confusing. Yeah. Although I'm 42, but I've like an old soul. I think you're speaking alien language already.
Jessie, you are just 24, so you have a long way to learn, right?
24 plus.
24. Yeah, you have a long way to learn. Yes, any final, because yes, please.
Josephine has another question. Wow, you have all, yeah, already, yeah. Okay, available already. Paid application. Okay, it's not an application. Oh, she's asking if it's available already.
Yeah, or is it a paid? It's not a paid. It's a free application.
What available? Sorry.
Josephine actually asked, is the application available now? And is it a paid application?
Star phone application or the cross-platform? Which one?
Yeah, she didn't indicate.
Okay, so let me just quickly put in place. Star phone application is already in 80 Euro countries. We localize. user is free, and who pays usually is the one they want to build their own app. Enterprise, large company, they pay to our office for the intent. User is free. So just to give you a bit of light on some of this in Singapore, how they do in the region, they use the app for voting. They click the app and then they can put money so they vote for the lady in and out of Singapore for pageant show. So we are known for this. So anything that can transact through a mobile phone, an app will do the job. So app today, if you build for yourself through our platform, free. This year free, all right? And if you like what you do, next year you just pay $200 once a year, that's it. So we go by bulk. So large company, they want us to localize, so we charge them a little bit more, maybe $1,000, right? So that is simple. So the apps is available, is in the market, in Asia, 9 countries, in the world, 81. So the other one that Josephine didn't mention and ask precisely to us is that I have a cross-platform that I have not priced it yet. So what does it mean? Is that so I'm looking for volunteers. Hey, I want to try the system. I can try. So what we are saying that if you want, you indicate your interest to Grace or Jessie, and you say, hey, I want to try. So what we do is we send you a link. You just acknowledge the link with your WeChat or WhatsApp. Then your friends can also do that, and then they are able to communicate between WeChat and WhatsApp from there onwards. And that's how simple as it is, because API has been created and it's just like that.
Yeah, so Jesse, we will be very busy because he only announced you and me.
Yeah, this is your show, no? Because
it's not even open up to the public.
Yeah, it's your show. So I think I will support that, because both ladies has been very supporting to the events that we run, and I appreciate the time, and I want to add a lot of value if I could, and to the audience that listening to you ladies. I think it's a pleasure.
Wow, so sweet.
I still want to try to open up that file. Just give me a chance.
It's okay. No, it's okay. It's okay. It's all right.
Yeah. Now can see?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me quickly just put across. So we have got one side on the left which has got different channel of communication that people use to do it. I have a Gmail, I have WhatsApp, and I've got maybe Instagram, I got Line, I got WeChat, right? Because talking to different country and common, or to Japan using Line. And then on the other hand, the other people are also using the same thing, but then they say, oh, because I'm back to Singapore, I seldom use Line, right? So the Line user in Thailand will say, okay, in that case, I need to talk to you, Kun Carey, it's important. Then I said, I don't look at my Line account. So what I do is I send them a link to the individual, and they use the Line link, click, and then I click on my WhatsApp. So my WhatsApp can talk to Line just like that through that platform. That's it, as simple as that.
It sounds simple, yeah. But in terms of this application, is it that they actually have to download the Star phone?
No. This is a second technology. No.
This is a different technology.
This is a second technology. That's right.
Oh, okay.
So I was sharing here. So I share three-part technology. One, Star phone is the application that you build apps and inside the app. The second technology is, I'm saying that what is coming today is that we all use different channels to communicate. Now I allow a cross-platform. WhatsApp can talk to Instagram. Instagram can talk to WeChat. So you don't need to have the same account to look at it. So
even though in different languages.
Languages you can translate through Google, so it's all there already. So if I type in my WhatsApp, I send to Grace example, and Grace is in Thailand. She used Line only. So when I type Grace, then I type in say, how are you? How's your day? And then she will receive in Line in English and then translate to Thai. You ask Kun Rai, how are you? That kind of stuff, right? So we are able to do that. So this technology is really there. So we open for volunteer to come have a good test out, because our market energy is to look at enterprise, because enterprise will need to communicate with the channel partners and sales partner, so that they want to have a secure conversation within their own server. Yeah. I hope that's clear.
I would love to have that.
Yeah.
Please, send PM me if you are interested in what Carey have mentioned, and we'll list them down and pass the list to him. What you need is actually their contact number, or how you want it to work.
No. So I think it's simple. First, they express interest, all right? Then after, I give you a 3-pointer instruction, and then that's it. Then they will just, and then we don't even have to see them, just send to them and they will be able to acknowledge.
Woo!
Oh, just simple, yeah.
Yeah, I want to volunteer.
Yeah. So this is your show. You accept the volunteer. You accept the volunteer, and then you just decide who are the volunteers, and then I make it happen within your volunteer. So let you have a feel. Then your next future show, you can talk about what you have seen from today. All right. So we have another 2 minutes before we close. Okay. 2 more minutes. Come on.
So do you have a limitation numbers of volunteers?
Well, it depends on your audience now. If your audience keep clicking like and like your show, and then they give you this knowledge,
comments, share.
Then you call the shot and I will support. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's fine, right? That's cool, right? So if they click and they love it, they put their name to you, is there, and then we just support. I will support you on that basis. Right?
Oh, great. Appreciate.
Okay, come. We have another 1.5 minutes. Let's do it and let's close the show. Yeah, please.
Let me see.
Yes.
I guess you have actually shared almost everything that we want to talk about, and you really appreciate that you take initiative actually to invite yourself to actually have this day with us. We know you as a friend, but but today we see you in a different angle.
Yeah. So maybe allow me 30 seconds just to round up some of the stuff, right? So I think first pointer here is that I want to thank the both ladies for been supportive on the show, having to share about the daily activities that we participated, and this is the tail end of the charity commitment from our side, but the charity is open till end of August for donation, right? So I think we appreciate your sharing and all this, and for us, it's a commitment to complete what we aim for. So I want to thank everybody for the generous donation and the sharing part. That's number one. I think it is through this era, COVID-19, you probably can gather some very relevant, close contact to help one another to bring the S-curve up. It is through that kind of contact. Nobody is better off than anybody else because this is pandemic. Okay, nobody is better off than anybody. Everybody is in the situation of without a crystal ball. Nobody has got a crystal ball. Okay, it is your own repositioning, reorganizing, and then refresh your thinking. Okay, and then stay healthy, be happy. Fitness very important because be time too much at home. So go out and okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Carey. Yeah, our show ends now, and thank you to watch us and join us. Should you have further questions, please feel free, just PM us. Either Carey, myself, or maybe Jessie will try to reply you as soon as possible. And same thing, the application, if you are really interested to have that new application, do PM me or Jessie, and we'll list them out and share with you soon. Okay, thank you, and good night.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.